It's Robin and Kim here for your Wellness Wednesday health chat. And today we're talking all about cottage cheese. Yum. And some of you are probably like, yuck, because I have heard of people that don't like cottage cheese. And man, I have always loved cottage cheese. So there's lots of health benefits. I know that our title talked about, what did we say our title was?
Cottage cheese craze, what should you know?
Okay, so here's what you should know. What you should know is it's loaded with protein. So it is a great way to get in your protein. It is nutrient rich with calcium, vitamin B12, and phosphorus. It helps with weight management due to the high protein, and it has a relatively low calorie count. It's good for bone health because of the calcium, vitamin D. Muscle growth and repair. The protein in your cottage cheese is essential for muscle growth and repair and makes it beneficial for athletes and individuals seeking to build muscle, which are not just people in gym rats. It's Kim and I. It's people who are aging gracefully. uh, Blood sugar control. Cottage cheese is low carbohydrate content and protein content and helps regulate your blood sugar levels. So it's good for people with diabetes and prediabetes. Gut health, it's a probiotic. So it is definitely helping with that beneficial bacteria. Cardiovascular health, cottage cheese is a good source of potassium. So just like bananas, helps you regulate your blood pressure. So those are some of the benefits. There's more. Also, what I read was it because of that B12, it can help with cognitive function as well. So brain health and immune function because of the B12. So Kim is going to talk to us about some of the things that she likes to make with cottage cheese. So, and I might talk about a couple after, but I don't, I'm a pretty boring person. I'm a cottage cheese and pineapple girl, and that's about what I do. So,
I've done that
yeah,
with fruit too. I'll add fruit,
yeah.
I'll add berries, mix in berries and stuff. So I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I before back in the day I could take or leave cottage cheese, and that was based on the Daisy cottage cheese. I didn't think it was very flavorful. I don't know. I thought it was a texture thing for me until I discovered Good Culture cottage cheese, which is organic, and I don't know what, it tastes way better to me than the Daisy. Not to be down on that one, but
Not to be
anyway,
bashing cottage
yeah, I'm
cheese
not.
basher.
No, I'm not trying to bash it, but I think the quality really matters. So that's why I prefer organic cottage cheese, and I love Good Culture. If you haven't tried it, the problem is it's hard to find, and we would love to know in the comments if you are a Good Culture fan, if you've been able to find it, because I haven't found it for the last few months. But I found a great alternative. I found Nancy's at Fresh Market. This is usually I buy the full fat cottage cheese. This is actually low fat because they didn't have the full fat, but it's got live probiotics in it. So it's a really good, it's organic, tastes really well, tastes very good, very nice taste. And so my favorite thing, one of my favorite things is to use a half a cup of cottage cheese with 3 eggs that I scramble up. And it gives me, because this has 14 grams of protein, this has 18 grams of protein. It gives me 32 grams of protein to start the morning. And I will just cook it in, or scramble it in butter, use Kerrygold butter, and salt and pepper it. Oh my gosh, so delicious. It is so good. And so I love that. That's one of my staples I make for breakfast every week, once or twice a week. And it keeps me full for a long time. So you got that satiety as well. Um, Another recipe that I want to try that I haven't tried yet, and I gotta find, I'll put it below, but it's making a flatbread. All you do is mix cottage cheese. I think you mix a whole carton of it and mix with a couple eggs, and you lay it on parchment paper and let it kind of come into a rectangle and or like a big oval, and you bake it for 20 minutes and it becomes like a flatbread, and you cut it and it makes like a bread for sandwiches or a wrap or anything like, and it's high protein. So that's pretty cool. So
Hmm.
that's one thing I'm on my radar to make. And another thing you do, if you don't like the texture of cottage cheese, what you could do is put it in your mixer and blend it, and it blends into, because I know some people add it to their shakes. So that's
Yeah,
another thought. You get more protein, a lot
smoothies.
more that way, and make it a
Yeah,
smoothie. Yep. So
yeah, I've
those are
heard
things.
that.
Yeah, those
Now,
are
have
things
you
you.
ever put it in your pasta? because I've heard that as well.
I have a lasagna recipe that calls for cottage cheese. Actually,
Well,
it's an old
I do
recipe.
that in my lasagna, but I'm wondering if you like put it in your like your whole wheat spaghetti or
Oh,
whatever, if it would make it creamier.
you know what? I don't make pasta. I don't eat pasta anymore,
Yeah.
so I don't make that. So,
Oh, I,
but
we like to have our spaghetti every once in a while. So,
yeah, no, that's
um,
fine.
and then I
Yeah,
also read on toast too, and I have never put it on my toast. So I might
like
have to
a
try that.
like making like mix it with avocado and make an
You
avocado
could,
toast.
but just they're saying spread it on your toast. So I don't
Oh,
know. I don't know how
never
it would
thought of
turn
that.
out, but yeah.
I think what needs
I
to be
was just
spiced.
reading other things since I'm such a
Sure.
simple cottage cheese and pineapple person.
No, I love it, that's the beauty of it. You can mix it with other fruit. Like I said, I do berries. I like to do berries every day if I can, and I'll mix it either in my yogurt. I get Nancy's has yogurt too that I really like her yogurt, her like Nancy's yogurt, and I so I'll mix it in with there too because I want high protein. You get 18 grams of protein in her yogurt, so
Mm,
there's that.
yeah.
We should do a thing on yogurt. But next
Yeah, we
week we're
could.
gonna yeah next week we're gonna talk about falls because people falling down and just what you can do to help prevent because we're going to have a special guest next week, which we're really excited about, especially
Yep.
Robin is.
Yep. Yep. So, and it's a pretty major thing as you age falling. We'll give you all the statistics, but definitely listen into that. Yeah, it's quite interesting once you dive deep into it. So,
It is.
but thanks for hanging with us about
Yep,
cottage cheese. And Kim, if you make your cottage cheese and egg, could you take a picture of it and put it in the comments for everybody to
I do.
see
I
what it's
will.
supposed to look like?
I have
Okay,
a
good.
picture. I took pictures when I did it this morning, so I'll post
Okay,
those. All
perfect,
right.
perfect. All right,
Well, we just want to say have fun and live young, and we'll see you next week.
all
Bye bye.
right. Bye bye.